I'm Cynthia from Circus Moves, and I'm here today to teach you how to juggle, and also a little bit about balancing. Oh. Now I have to admit to you, balancing is not easy, but sometimes there's a feeling that helps, and sometimes there's not. Now, of course, you don't have these at your house, so we're going to have to find creative ways. And circus, my friends, is about invention. Okay? So that's what we are going to be doing today. A little bit of circus invention. All right. First, we have to start off with a little bit of a warm-up, not just for our bodies, but also for our brains. Juggling is not an easy thing. It requires this side of your brain talking to this side of your body at the same time that this side of your brain is talking to this side of your body. It's called bimanual coordination, okay? And there's a really simple demonstration of this, and it's kind of silly, and it's kind of fun, and we're going to do it right now. First step, give me a thumbs up. Yeah. All right, next step, oh yeah. All right, so it's one thumb and one finger, okay? Make sure that you don't look like this. That's two thumbs and one finger, all right? So you want one thumb and one finger, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna count backwards, 3, 2, 1, switch, and we're gonna change sides, all right? Get ready. 3, 2, 1, switch. How'd that go for you? Did it work? Okay? 3, 2, 1, switch. Now, if you're like most people, you did something like this. 3, 2, 1, switch. Switch. Right? It's very crazy, all right? But you can learn it, okay? You're going to create a pathway in your brain that is going to, once you create that pathway, it lasts forever. So when you get back out there into the world and you have something else that you want to learn, this pathway that we're going to create right now will help you get that, all right? So let's try it again. Thumbs up. Oh yeah. You ready? 3, 2, 1, switch. Oh, what? 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. There's lots of ways that you can get to your final product. It's all going to depend on you and your brain and your body, and most importantly, whether or not you persevere and you stick with it, okay? So you got your thumbs up, you got your oh yeah, and maybe you're going to go like this a whole bunch of times, and maybe you're going to go, I got it! I got it! I got it! Oh, I didn't quite get it. Okay, shake it out. Okay. I got it! I got it. I got it. And now I can do it super fast. Right? Super fast. What? Okay, shake it out. Shake it out. So that's getting your brain. It feels weird, but you gotta try it. You gotta really just stick with it for a second, all right? Hi. If you're gonna learn how to juggle, you need something to juggle with. And you probably don't have juggling clubs. And if you don't know how to juggle, that's not what you want to start with anyway. It's unlikely that you have juggling balls at your house, but you might have some other kind of ball. Maybe you have these, something like this, which are handballs that I got at a bodega in Queens in the year 1999 to learn how to juggle. And let me tell you, they're very difficult to use because they bounce everywhere. Okay? So what you want is like a nice beanbag, something that's solid and something that when it drops, it stays where it is. And the best way to get that is to use socks. Okay? There are other more complicated ways to make juggling balls, and I might do a tutorial about that another time. But for household items, all you need is 3 pairs of socks. And the smaller your hands are, the smaller you want the objects that you're juggling to be. So you're going to want to get the right size socks. Okay? So now, this is a regular way of folding socks, but it's kind of flat, right? it's going to be a little hard to catch, okay? So I'm here to show you that. I'm here to show you a better way of doing it, all right? So I'll unfold these. Now, if you don't know how to fold socks, this is how you do it. You take them, you lie them one on top of each other, fold it in half, flatten it out. We want to make sure when we're making juggling balls that we do this very neatly. You take your thumbs and you put it in that middle hole right there, and you fold everything in, just like this. Now that's what gives you that flat shape that we talked about before. In order to get it a little bit rounder, like a juggling ball that we can really throw and catch, fold it one more time, so it becomes almost like a donut. And then you smush it all up, smush, 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 smush. And what you have is a ball, okay? Little tiny ones, a little bit different. You just start with one of them, and you fold them all the way inside of themselves. You end up with that same hole here, not where your toes are sticking out, but right here. You fold that over, and you end up with a really small ball. Now, if you're a younger kid, you might want to get a grown-up to help you with this because it's pretty complicated finger stuff. But it's good to try. So now, why do I have pennies? And these 3 glasses. So the juggling lesson has just socks. That's all I'm using. There's nothing inside of them. But if you have the time, it can help to add a little bit of weight to these, right? This hits and it's very light. This hits, thunk, you hear it, okay? So it's a little easier to catch something like that. So the way that you can add a little bit of weight to your sock juggling balls is with pennies, birdseed, beans, lentils, or rice. I prefer to use pennies because then when I undo my stuff, I can take my pennies and put them back with my change, and I can still spend them. I might not want to use the food again after it's been in my socks and in my hands for a while, and I don't like to waste food. But if all you have is rice or beans or birdseed to put in there, that's super fine. And if you do that, you're going to want to use either a measuring cup or some other cup because you want to use the exact same amount in every single pair of socks. All right? So that's enough of that. We're not going to use these. We are going to use pennies. I chose to use 15 pennies. So that's 15 cents per juggling ball. And I get it back when I'm done. How much is it all together? 15 plus 15 is 30. And 30 plus 15 is 45. Yeah, a little bit of math in there. Why not? Okay, so now you have your 2. Put your penny sock on top. Fold them over. Now this is where you have to be careful because if you lift it up and they all fall down into a different place, it might get a little weird. But it's not too bad as long as they don't fall out, okay? If you can, try and keep them up there in the toe. Just give them a little squish, right? Put those thumbs in that middle tube. Fold everything over. Make sure the pennies are inside. Make sure it's nice and neat so that you can get into that flat spot and fold it over again to make the ball shape. And you squish it all around. Now, it lands better, okay? It's a little heavier. You have a little thump, okay? So then, oh. All right, so I'm going to show you that one more time, just so you can figure it out, just so you can get it. We can practice together. And then we'll be moving on to the juggling. So put your 15 pennies into your sock. Doesn't matter what size. Maybe I'll do it with the smaller ones. How about that? I'll do that. I'm going to take my 15 pennies out of my sock. I'm going to put it in the smaller socks. Okay, there it is. You can see it's heavier because it gets longer, okay? So I'm going to fold it, put it down with the penny sock on top. Fold it in half. Get my thumbs into that middle tube. Fold it over one time. So it's nice and flat. Get my fingers up here into the other hole that we have, not the toe side. Fold it over again. in half and smush it around. And then I have a nice, slightly weighted juggling ball. So, once you've done one, do the other two, and then meet me on the other side, and I'm going to teach you what to do with them. Okay, so here, I have 3 juggling balls. Nice and round, ready to go. Perfect. Got it? No, of course not. All right? You can't start with 3. You can't even start with 2. This, you guys, isn't 2. All right? This is 2. And it's very hard. You got to start with 1. All right? Open your feet up a little bit. Drop your hands down. Bend your elbows. And get ready to throw it in a nice arch from one hand to the other. And you'll see that my arch goes right up here where my hat brim is, just over my eyes. And I follow the ball with my eyes. To get to 3 today in this lesson, we're going to go back and forth 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to speed this up in the video. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now you see how I did that without dropping. That means that I've created that connection in my brain and I know how to do this throw perfectly. So now we're going to just make it a little bit more complicated because that's what we do in circus. We get something, we're like, snooze-a-roos, I got it. Oh my gosh, what's next? Okay, so now we have 2 balls, okay? All right, here we go. Now, this is tricky because everyone thinks it goes in a circle. It does not. It goes crisscross, okay? So it looks like this. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Both of my arms through, okay? So you take ball number 1, for me is pink. Ball number 2, for me is black. And it looks like this. Pink, black, pink, black. Pink, black, pink, black. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Now, it actually helps a lot if you use your words. So if you say throw, throw, catch, catch, you're telling your brain to tell your hand what to do, okay? Say it out loud. You can also say pink, black, or red, blue, whatever your colors are. Pink, black, throw, throw, catch, catch. This helps make connections from all of your senses, and it makes your brain catch up just a little bit faster. Okay, so throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Now, how many of you are doing this? Throw, throw. Slow down. Okay? Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. It is not. Throw, throw. Because only one hand through. Now, if you're having trouble with that, if you keep finding yourself passing across the bottom, we call that dumping. Okay? If you keep finding yourself doing that, start with your wonky hand. Now, your wonky hand is your non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, like I am, you'll want to start with your left hand. I'm not going to explain why now, but I promise that helps, all right? So it would be left, right, left, right. No, that wasn't right at all. It was left, right, left. That's the catching, okay? So now it's black, pink, black, pink. Pink, black, pink, black. I always start with one color, so that I'm always starting on a different side. But if I'm stuck in a rut, it's a brain rut. It's actually called, science calls it a synaptic rut because those connections are called synapses. But if you're stuck and you keep passing it across the bottom, and it's driving you nuts, only start with one side. Start with your wonky side. Take a big breath between wonky side, big breath between wonky side. Now, if you're still having trouble, another way that you can adapt this is don't try and catch it. Throw, throw. Throw, throw. Oops, I caught. I forgot. That's my synaptic rut. All right, throw, throw. Woo. throw. Okay? But once you get it, now you want to do this 20 times without dropping, because then you'll know, you'll got to that point where you're like, snooze-a-roos, what's next? 1, 2, 3. Remember, start with a different hand each time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I did it! How many of you wanted me to drop? I kind of wanted me to drop, so I could show you that it's okay to drop, but I didn't, so that's great. So now it's time for 3, because I worked really hard a long time ago when I learned how to do this, and now I can juggle 3. All right, number 3. Now, for juggling 3 juggling balls or 3 objects, you have to start with 2 in one hand. Let me switch that. With 2 in one hand and 1 in the other. You always start with the hand that has 2. Because if I do this, I can't cross anymore, right? So you gotta start with this hand. So now I'm gonna look and I'm gonna go, all right, my order of colors is gonna be pink, black, stripes. Okay, so what about for you? What is your order of colors? You start with the hand that has first, the hand that has 2, okay? What order is yours? Figure that out. When you figure that out, you're crisscrossing. Pink, black, stripe. Okay? Crisscross, you're gonna give 1 try without catching. Pink, black, white. Stripes. It worked! I have 1 on this side now. And 2 on this side now. I'm going to do the same thing. Pink, black, stripes. It worked! Here's my pink and stripes. And here's my black. Alright, so now we're ready to try with 3. It's very tricky, and it can be very frustrating, so don't keep going until you get angry. If you start to get frustrated, just put them down and go away. And then your magical brain will process while you're doing something else, and if you come back to it, and you practice with 1, and then 2, and then you pick up 3 again, it will eventually become easier and easier. So here we go. We have our 3. Ready? Pink, black, stripe. Pink, black, stripe. Pink, black, stripe. Now I'm going a little too fast. Pink, black, stripe. Pink, black, stripe, pink, black, stripe, pink, black, stripe. And that's all it is. It's the same throw that we did with 1, but we've trained our brain to be so good at it that we can do it, whoops, 3 times at once, alternating. You can do this too. It's exactly the same thing as this, but it's a little bit more complicated because you now have both sides of your body, both sides of your brain, and 3 objects, okay? So you have to build up to it. If you didn't succeed by the end of this video, it's not a big deal because it's not easy to do. You have to build up to it. So for our next video, we'll be working on a little bit of balancing. So in Circus Moves classes, we usually start with peacock feathers as our balancing prop. They're nice and light. They don't break if they fall down. They won't break anybody or anything if they fall down. They're easy to use. It's great success. Now, unfortunately, you probably don't have peacock feathers at your house. If you do, that's fantastic. If you don't, that's okay too, because what we're going to do is we're going to be creative and find a whole bunch of other things that we can balance in our house. So come on back next time. Let me know how you do with your juggling. Please send videos or photos of your juggling balls that you make out of socks, or of your juggling successes, or you can take videos of your brain breaks. Don't forget those. I'd love to see them all. Share them with City Lights or with Circus Moves. It's at Circus Moves on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also go to circusmoves.com. Thank you so much. See you soon. Ceiling. It's like I've never juggled before. Okay. Take 1754. What? It's my first throw. Sucks.